everybody, it's Usernamekate and welcome back to my channel. I am always looking for ways to become a better motovlogger, and today we're going to see if this little thing can help make that happen. In this video we're going to be looking specifically at the DJI OSMO 4 Action camera and see if it can impact my vlogging in a positive way. So if you're intrigued as to how I get on with this camera, then keep watching and I'll play the intro. Guys and girls, today I'm testing out a few brand new toys and gadgets that have been sent by DJI. Now, as you guys know, or maybe some of you don't, but I predominantly use GoPro. I always have done. I use Insta360 for a little bit of kind of in a way of a dash cam and stuff like that. But on my face, it's always been a GoPro Hero 10. Now, for full disclosure and transparency, these have been sent to me by DJI for free. Everything that you see in this B-roll bundle right here was sent to me to try and to test. Now, I'm under no obligation to give a positive review. I'm just here to see if this is a good solution to some issues that I had been having with my GoPros. Now, that's not me bashing GoPro because, as I mentioned, I have always had GoPros on my face. I've always bought them with my own money. I think I've had about 5 total in my life and only one of them went wrong. And the reason why it went wrong was water damage, basically. Because I've always used a GoPro media mod with a purple panda mic. That has always been my setup. But as you guys will probably know, if you're rocking an external microphone and it's plugged into a media mod, it's not going to be waterproof. And the problem with British weather is it rains all the time. Now, I will say that I actually have purchased quite a lot of DJI products with my own money. Not that DJI knew this prior to sending me a bundle. I have one of their drones, the DJI Mini 2. I think it's the Mini 2. I have one of their gimbals for my Sony so that I can get a really smooth pan of things. I used it at the Motorcycle Live show, or should I say Mike used it when filming me and Lily, giving our interviews on new bikes for 2024, etc. And recently I've got myself a DJI Pocket 3 because it was recommended to me by chief influencer Tim Rodey, whose YouTube channel is Tim Rodey Rides. When I was on a BMW launch with him, he showed me the Pocket 3 in action, got a nice splash video of me going through a massive puddle. And when I watched his video, I was like, that's damn good footage, I want one. So I'm not shy when it comes to putting my hand in my pocket to get my vlogging set up and stuff like that. But being approached by DJI and they said, do you want to try this out and, you know, just basically see how you feel it compares to the GoPro, I was obviously going to say yeah. But I do think it's very important for me to stress that these are freebies because it's just so important to me to be transparent to my audience. I know there are quite a few YouTubers out there that are as transparent as mud. So I just figured I would let you all know and be super clear about it. There are 5 things that I'm looking to figure out today. 5 things that are really important to me personally when it comes to an action camera. Now, I'm really sorry that we just have one POV. That's because I only have one OSMO 4. So I will put it on this in a moment and we can see what it's like picture-wise facing me. This mount is a mount that comes with a motorcycle bundle pack along with a chest harness that I'm currently wearing now. But yes, the 5 main things that are important to me, and bear in mind this is the first time that I have used this DJI OSMO 4 action camera, so I have no idea how this footage is going to turn out. I'm hoping it's going to be good, and if I need to do a few little bits where I'm talking to the camera to further explain things, or you know, just stuff like that, I will insert them into this video to try and tell a cohesive story about what I think about this OSMO 4. Number 1 in one of my most important things when it comes to an action camera is picture quality, of course. Now, with the GoPro that I use, the Hero 10, which I always have on my face with the media mod, I always run a setting of 2.7K at the rate of 60 frames per second, and I always run it on super view. I've tried to use the comparable settings for the DJI OSMO 4. I have it in 2.7K, 60 frames per second, and they don't have super view, they have ultra wide, so I'm filming this in ultra wide and it'll be interesting to see how it captures. Now, I also have my footage running in hyper smooth on my GoPro when I use that, but these guys have something called Rock Steady, and they also have a Rock Steady Plus. So I've got it set on Rock Steady just so it's comparable to my GoPro settings, but I will talk about stabilization a bit later on. Picture clarity. I mean, I know these things can film in 4K or 4K and 4:3. Now, if you film in 4:3, it does give you a bit more vertical resolution, crops the image a little bit, like width-wise, but makes it a little bit taller. So if you want to zoom in, you know, whilst you're editing, you've got a little bit more resolution to play with there, but I usually just run it at the normal widescreen dimensions. But yeah, we're not running 4K because the reason I run my picture quality at 2.7K is because I don't really notice that much of a difference in step up. Maybe that's just me and, you know, how I edit and stuff. I don't know the slightest thing about computers or editing. I've literally just winged it for these 2.5 years that I've been full-time and found something with the system that works for me. So it's almost like, if it's not broke, don't fix it, and that's kind of the attitude that I've had when it comes to my editing and stuff like that. Yeah, don't know nothing. I get a lot of people complain about things that I do, and I'm like, I'm really sorry, I have no professional training when it comes to this stuff. It's just been trial and error all this time, and yeah, I've ended up where I am because of it. So right now I'm going to insert some footage from this angle facing me so that you guys can just get an idea of what that looks like, because you know what my footage looks like on the GoPro if you watch enough of my channel, so you'll be able to see what it looks like by direct comparison. So please let me know what you do think about the picture quality on this. I know in theory the settings are the same as what I use, but I do know that cameras can pick things up a little bit differently, even just things from like how the colour picks up on the screen. So yeah, let me know if you think this is an acceptable picture from the OSMO 4. Okay, number 2 on my most important things when it comes to motovlogging, which I actually haven't got right so far, so I'm really excited about this element and aspect of my test, is the audio. Now, I often get a lot of you guys criticising me, and quite rightly so as well, when it comes to my audio with my current setup, which is the GoPro 10 with the media mod and the Purple Panda lapel mic. Now, don't get me wrong, oh, rev it girl, a lot of the time it's absolutely fine. If it starts to rain, it can get a bit crackly, and certainly if I do speeds of like 60-70 miles an hour, even worse if it's a windy day, sometimes that can be pretty bad with the audio. Look at these roads, they are something else. Oh, look at this view. This view in the moment is to die for. Not literally, don't jinx it. Yeah, sometimes my audio is so bad, I'm actually embarrassed to upload things, because that audio setup for me right now is just absolutely not working. But because I don't really want to mess around with external microphones, because it's just so inconveniencing to have to sync up an external mic in the edit. Honestly, with somebody as much footage to get through as me, and just being a one-woman editor, it is so irritating, the thought of external microphones. And by external, I know my Purple Panda mic that I use my GoPro is technically an external mic, but it does still plug in, not external, wireless, that's what I want to say. Like a freestanding audio source, let's just say. And I've got the technology, I've got the gadgets and gizmos to do it, but because I'm just so busy all the time, I really need just like a really easy solution, and the media mod has always been the really easy solution for me, but the results are they're just questionable. I mean, you'll hear it yourself if you look at my past videos. So this is my first time using the DJI wireless transmitter. So it wirelessly connects up to the Osmo 4, which is currently on my face. One of the trickiest things for me was, how am I going to mount this inside my helmet? I'm not really sure, because it is relatively bulky. It's not on a wire, it is just a pretty solid unit. And I was thinking, how can I do this? But it comes with a magnet on the back, and I've managed to slip that magnet in the padding of my Shoei X Spirit 3, which is wonderful because it clips on with a magnetic hold now at the side of the cheek padding, so it's not too frustrating. Yeah, I can feel that it's there, but I always feel the external microphone, the Purple Panda microphone, tickling my nose. So I don't have any nose tickling going on, which is good. But I guess one of the things is this mounted too close to my mouth? Is it going to be distorted? Am I going to have to try and figure out other ways to mount this so that it sounds decent? Again, I just don't know, because this is my first time. This is the trial and error stage. But one of the benefits of this for me, which again is super important, is the waterproofing. So with the media mod and the Purple Panda microphone, it's just open to the elements, it's exposed, and you guys know that my vlogging setup is constantly getting battered by the UK weather. I mean, it's 2024 now, and it's supposed to be summer. It's been absolutely vile. I'll insert some footage of times when I've been out on the bike and I've just been hit with constant horrific weather, and these are different occasions, but it's non-stop, and I absolutely wince thinking I've spent so much money on this GoPro and I'm about to ruin it. surely there's got to be a better way. And right now, this Osmo 4 is really waterproof, and it's waterproof to some depths. I'm just so keen to see what the audio is like. That is so important to me because I've been searching around, I've been scrapping for a solution for so long, and if this sounds good, which I'm praying to the microphone gods that it does, then this might just up my vlogging game, because I feel like nothing makes a person look more amateur-like than if they've got bad audio. There's a lot of things you can put up with when you're watching a YouTube video, but if the audio's bad, it's a bit of a hard watch. And I'll admit that about some of my own videos. Like, I've not wanted them to be a hard watch, but I can't go back in time. I may, like, the bike that I'm on at the time when I'm filming might have gone back. I don't have a chance to go back and do it again, and sometimes I just have to put stuff out with garbage audio, and it literally makes my soul sink down to the bottom of my belly because I don't want to disappoint my audience. And I know there are so many people out there that they don't even say it in like a nice constructive criticism way, you know, they're just flat out brutal, telling you how you are, which isn't great, but it's the nature of the game. I'm going to enter this slip road with my visor up and see what it's like. So I'm talking, my visor's up. Hello, hello, hello darkness, my old friend. Ooh, I wonder if this is going to be horrible or unusable. But anyway, normally I experience the crackling and all the badness when my visor is down, because obviously it's not great to be riding these speeds with your visor up. I'm currently doing about 75 miles an hour right now, and I'm talking, and I wonder if it'll pick up any crackling. Let's stand up, just so that we've got no protection, no screen in the way. So this will be a good test of crackles. If we just keep talking, is it crackling? Is it crackling? Who knows? So yeah, audio is massively important to me. It's one of the main things that I've been trying to better for myself as a motovlogger. Let me know if you think that this audio is an improvement on what I'm currently rocking, what my current setup is, because like I said, that's just the area that I really seek to improve with my vlogging. Number 3, it's ease of use. My life is too hectic and too busy to be fiddling around with stuff, getting frustrated because things aren't working properly, because things aren't just easy to use. With the media mod, I keep talking about the media mod, sounding really negative. It served me well all these years, but there's just better solutions, I think, to things. And I think DJI have kind of gone on to a winner with their attachment system. So with this, for example, it's done by magnets, but you can also squeeze it at the side, and it's also got like a physical direct clamp as well to keep it clamped on. Yeah, I'll get some close-up footage of what this camera is like to attach to my chin mount. I'll film that separately and I'll insert the footage here so you guys can see how it works for yourself. But I think it's really cool, and the case that came with it that was sent also has a magnetic clasp. It's just got a clamp and a magnet on the side of the case so that you can switch from horizontal footage to vertical footage very, very easily, and you don't have to fanny around too much, and it really does just make life so much easier, especially if you want to capture footage for YouTube, but then you also want to capture some stuff for, I don't know, depends on, you know, what platform you're most active on, whether it's Instagram or TikTok or even like the YouTube short stuff. It's just great to be able to switch with ease. So yes, ease of use so far, very impressive, simply for those little aspects of just being able to switch conveniently from portrait to landscape footage depending on your social media needs. Point number 4 of things that are important to me: battery life. So I appreciate that with age and usage, especially if you're in extreme temperatures, like sometimes when I go on launches to crazy hot places, I'm thinking, oh gosh, my poor batteries are working overtime. How long the battery lasts, I think, is just important to any motovlogger. Especially on action cameras where it is a bit of a faff to change. You've got to get your screwdriver out, you've got to undo it from your face, then you've got to take off the casing to slip the battery in, put it back on. It can be a bit of a faff. So a battery that can last as long as possible is going to be something that I personally consider. Now, I don't really know how long this has been rolling because I've been doing a lot of fannying around at home with the setup process, so I haven't had a, you know, straight 100% battery to empty. However, what I am going to do when I get home, I've got the biggest SD card in the world in there. I will put a fully charged battery in, I'll let it run in my front room, and I will tell you how long it takes for it to die. Okay, and then the 5th most important thing is the stabilization. As a motovlogger, you want stabilization so that you don't make your audience seasick. So as I mentioned before, GoPro have the Hyper Smooth and DJI have Rock Steady. There is a Rock Steady Plus if you seek that super crazy smooth stabilized footage. Now, I haven't played around with that yet, so I'm going to insert some footage now. guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. I want to know what your opinions are, because then it can help me choose my settings based on audience opinion. So guys, those are my 5 important features when it comes to an action camera that's up to the job of motovlogging. Do you guys agree with my 5 picks there, or do you think there's anything that I've missed? What's important to you if you're a motovlogger? If you have any questions in the slightest about the camera, please ask them, because I'm going to be using this more. As I mentioned, this is literally just my first ride with this camera, and hopefully there'll be lots more time using it. That's if I get good results from when I edit this thing and put it all together and see if it is actually a decent camera and it ticks the boxes for my needs. Well everybody, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Again, a massive thank you to DJI for sending me this bundle. Again, I just want to state that even though they have been gifted to me, I'm under no obligation to provide a positive review. I just want to provide a factual one, and one based on actually my opinion and based on my experiences, and whether I do think certain aspects of it are better than what I currently have. You know, I just want the best setup for me. All I care about is getting the best possible setup that gives my audience an enjoyable watch. And I don't really care whether that comes from a DJI, a GoPro, or an Insta360. Because if none of them ever want to work with me ever again, I mean, no disrespect, I won't lose any sleep, because I've always paid for all of my vlogging setup and stuff like that. So I don't feel any pressure to give a positive review. And also, authenticity is more important than anything. So yeah, we'll just see how it performs over time. I mean, like I say, I'll only be able to figure out what it's like when I've edited the video, because I don't know what this footage looks like. I don't know what this audio sounds like. So we'll see. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'll keep you guys posted on how I find this camera and microphone setup over time. If you guys motovlog, please share in the comments what your preferred setup is. That is, if you're happy not to gatekeep and you want to share the love. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until the next time, see you later. Bye!